And so now it is bot based. Now, the unloader, I can spec out right here. It looks like this. Well, first off, let's get an upgraded version of this, 23.11.02. So this is the loader, full spec. Let's get rid of this. Trains and the tiles. And that, I don't even know why I have that there still. This can get updated. I just do enjoy killing trees with a gun. It is quite fun. Alright, so the unloader. This unloader is quite the special thing. Let's see how much of this I can build. Can't build those chests, but maybe I can. There we go. So we'll take this and we'll temporarily put it here. We'll change this to an unloader. Except for I think I screwed that up by doing that. So I don't know what the settings are on this. Send the train, or set train limit on I, that's it, huh? All right, if everything is less than 0, this is going to be a little trickier to set up than the other one. We're not doing radar. We still have roboports. So this is pipes. And we're just going to go with -50 on all of these, I think. Well, we'll go with a stack is what we'll go with. If we have less than a stack of any of these items, then we'll request a train. And again, we're going back to this, so... Well, there's 18. It's going to be tight. I'm probably going to have to ditch these 2 signals here. Those are used for buffer fills anyway, so... Pipe. I really don't want to bring 10 of these here. I'm going to go with 5 on that. I don't even want 1. But anyhow. How about... we have 50 there. I shouldn't do that, but whatever. I think it stacks to 20, which is an odd stacking. Tanks. Tanks. That's pretty much it, right? One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Pumps are not listed. Landfill's not listed. And construction robots are not listed. Which makes me want to put them in other places. Alright, so you're gonna stay here. If it's less than 2, so if there's less than 200 Conbots in here, but I don't need 200 Conbots in here. This is not that big of a build and that many Conbots, just not necessary. So you're not radar. We're gonna put you as an info thing. And we're just gonna leave you blank. We're gonna reset all of these so that there's no accidentals. Oh crap, I can't do this design. I've only got room to unload 12 things. How the hell am I gonna build this? So this is gonna be pipes. Need to clear out all these things too. Oh, crap. This is landfill. I'm not sure what to do here. I'm just sort of fiddling until I figure it out. These are going to be these turbines because they're going to be heavy duty as well. Alright, so that works here. But I can't do filtered inserters on a long-handed inserter. So on the other side of the world, what am I going to do here? One of the things I've thought about doing was whether or not I could do a 2 unloader here and then another forward loading unloading here. But the enabled condition doesn't work at all for that. Right? So I was thinking if I had it filtered to 2 items and then put those 2 items into their respective chests, I could do some sort of staggered unloading. Right? Like, I need to unload heat pipes and heat exchangers. So this is heat pipes and this is heat exchangers. So this will grab either one of them. And then my enabled condition is going to have to be anything. It's just always going to have to be enabled. So it'll take all the heat pumps, heat pipes, and all the exchangers. And then if it puts it into a chest or onto a belt, it's going to put it onto this. Which doesn't really work. If I have 2 chests, if I have a chest, shit. Because I don't have a way to filter this stuff out this way. Son of a bitch. Because I can't think of a way to get a train to unload using a long-handed, non-filtered inserter. Unless I do some really fancy combinator shenanigans, which I'm not really interested in. Let's see. I can't put a filter inserter here because it won't work, or a filter splitter because it gets in the way of everything else. But assume I did this. And then I set you to filter heat pipes on this side. I'm putting the underbelts here as a sort of placeholder for what I could do. Because it saves the space thing, right? For the convenience of building, I would just do that. And set these to blacklist so they would load anything, so that anything that got loaded would get put here. You would be heat pipes, and you would be heat exchangers. So what is going to shut this off? When these are full, right? You're going to be reading this. And I would have to say if this or this have reached their value set, which their value set is 0, then I'll put that value. The problem is, how do I prevent this from clogging up by unloading too much of one thing? If you are reading this, then you are reading this. I need a multiple enabled condition for this, which is B, right? And so what I'd be saying here is that if this is equal to 0, but that's not going to work. God, that's going to be ugly if I have to add a third one for those ors. If this plus this, what about these combinators? You would be reading this. It's the input of each. I mean, I don't even have a good vision of what I'm trying to do here, or how I'm going to accomplish it. Rather, it's not a matter of I know what I want to do, and I just need to figure out how to do it. I don't know what I want to do. I mean, to a large extent. I know I want to send a signal of B not equal to 0. So I want to turn this off when B, and this is A and B and C and D and E and F. Turn this off when B, I'll just say equals 1 or is greater than 0. Turn this off when B is 0. And if this equals, yeah, that doesn't work either. I don't see a way to do this. Shit, and double shit. I would have to go to a third train. A third wagon. And if I'm going to go to 3, I'm going to go to 4 because that's my standard size. So what I'm looking at here is, because I can't unload 18 items and control their unload, I have to have a more dedicated train setup for the train unloading. So I've got no way to filter the unloading, and I can't think of a way to unload just one, because if this train shows up, it's going to have a bunch of these and a bunch of those. I'm not going to use them in perfect proportion. So if I enable this thing, I basically have to be able to turn its filters on and off based on what I need. And I don't have the skill set to design that. Just flat out, nah, I don't. So if I were to take this to the point where I was going to go and make a 4 build out of it, there's a couple things. I'm going to have to come here and build it the first time anyways, because I'm not going to have these inserters. So there's no point in doing this fancy setup with the RoboPort already built in. So let's piecemeal this together and build it that way. Oh wait, these are 2 4s. Okay. In that case, this is a little more straightforward, but I'm not going to bother with the RoboPort stuff. Because if I got to come here and build this, then I don't. I can just seed it with my initial stuff and then move on. I don't need that. Were any of you actually looking at 50? I think it's you that was looking at 50, wasn't it? Well, that's unfortunate. All right, so we're going to have two types of the train set up. I don't know how I'm going to do this either. I don't know how this part's going to work out. Pipe, under pipe, landfill. I need yellow chests on this to make this happen too, so I gotta bring my own purple and yellow chests. I might put those on the train, but not unload them here. Purple inserters, yellow chests, rails, power poles, that sort of stuff, but that's kind of standard outpost building. So that kind of clears all these. I don't need this side at all. So this and this will be the top and the bottom, and they'll be the same. Well, that's only going to get me 6, 12. I still need the variance. You'll need to get to 18. Shoot. Well, not really, because we're not putting bots on here anymore. I don't know what to do with this thing. So how do I unload all this stuff? I guess I have to use both sides. Which kind of sucks. So you're going to unload pipe. So you'll unload this regardless of which side you come in. And then you're going to have different for each side. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I don't deal with landfill, and I don't deal with pumps. Works great. All right, well, let's just get after it then. Pumps. How do we get the landfill? So I got to get heat pipes and heat exchangers. So heat pipes, heat exchangers. I got the turbines, tanks. Two kinds of chests. Inserters. And fusion reactors. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. 10, 12. Yep. So we're adding landfills and pumps. So yeah, that's how it looks. And it's horrible. Horrible, I tell you. Horrible. I hate it. Words can't express how much I hate this. Smoking at this rate, a lot. Power is suffering. As soon as this thing turns on, my power tanks. At one point, I mean, I shouldn't even see steam engines running right now, but they are. I don't know why my steam engines are still running, but I'll go ahead and shut offs to them too. Anyhow, with this much power, I was barely able to satisfy all that I was using. So this is 1 gigawasp and this is 2.4, so that's 3.5 plus this 500. So, you know, you round all that up and it's 1 and 2, so 3, 4. So say 4, and I can produce a total of 4.7 with everything. And I've only got green science online, right? Which is not much. I mean, if I have to put more, well, and I do, I have to put more on here. And why are you still sitting? Okay, you're just unloading. And you're happy. So when I put more of these online, it's going to eat it up. You figure this is red circuits right here. Or red science. And I wish I could tell it how much power. I could ask it how much power it's using, but I don't see a thing here for how much power it's using. So I want to automate it because I keep having to go over there and do it. I want you to be able to plop it down and have a train take care of it. I will have this unload. I'll have it load up purple and yellow chests so that this is easier. But I'm not going to have it unload them because this never gets used again. And I'll have it put robots in there too. Tanks, logistics. All right. So that takes care of all that. Not quite. Let's go back up and reevaluate this then. I don't want it unloading a bunch of stuff I don't need. Yeah, I'm good with all that. I don't want it to unload enough to build an entire thing, but I kind of want to have it unload enough to build an entire thing. Back in a sec. So yeah, this will work. Less than ideal. 2 extra wagons and 2 extra locomotives I didn't want to carry. But it's a more complicated build, right? I guess it's going to take over this staging location. You are not supposed to be there anymore. Now, I'll take these, and then I'll adjust them. So, based on those other ones, it's going to be a little bit ugly. It's going to build that. I don't really want it to, but... You know, if these are the ones that are going to have the most in them, it makes sense, the high density ones, it makes sense that I don't do these here, but do them there. stop yelling at me. That makes sense to me. Don't want the chests, but I want the loaders chained together with the signal. Mucky! Thank you very much. How are you, Muck? Sorry about your exotic industries run. Seemed like you were enjoying it. Although I took a lot of inspiration from it because there were times where you were, you know, one of the things you said that really stuck with me when you were working it was, and I've said this several times, it helped me a lot when I was doing the K2 run, was you said, well, now you're just making stuff up. And that was really helpful to hear because I was getting frustrated at some of the intermediate stuff in K2. And that kept going back. That kept going back in my head and letting me push through on the K2 run. But I can see it got to be way too much on the EI. Well, you can always try another game. If you stick with Factorio, I highly recommend Cities of Earth. Even if you turn off the teleporters and you turn off the pre-play silos and you just have Earth. You know, you just have a different terrain. Play whatever the hell you want. But just the different terrain makes it so much different. Ah, Skyrim. Well, if you're going to do... what's the current... Isn't there a newer version of Skyrim that people were playing? I mean, it's not Skyrim, but, you know, it's by the same people. Also, I owe you a thank you. Ah, well, not as good yet. There's not 30 years of... mods. I know it's not 30 years, but you get my point. I am setting up a automated nuclear power plant assembly. I have an automated solar assembler, the builder, and Baddest suggested that I do the same thing for nuclear power plants. So I don't quite understand. He gave me a blueprint that has, because this one only has 84, and that's what determines how many megawasps it produces, even though it's on 4. And this is the one from Solo Scout that was developed as part of your maze world. I kept it all this time. And he sent me a nuclear with landfill that he says is 1.1 gigawasps, which I don't see how. It's still only 80. And I don't know enough about nuclear to understand how the hell it works. Right? Same number of heat exchangers, pretty much the same number of heat pipes. Fewer